everyone. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Hansel. I'm here with my best buddy, Wayne. We run a company called The Coder School together and even wrote a book about it called TheCoderBros Build a White Castle. And boy, have we had some fun adventures getting to where we are today. Thinking back, it made us realize that as the podcast title says, we are so Asian. So we thought it'd be cool to hear the adventures of other interesting and successful Asians out there, and that's what this podcast is all about. Wayne, passing it to you. What do we got going on today?
All right. Oh yeah. Our guest today lives in Alaska. How cool is that? Pun intended, sort of. She's retired and still rocking out in a band. If that's not unique enough, they are a colonoscopy expert, so we'll definitely chat about that. Let's get to it and welcome Arva Chiu. All right, Arva.
It's a beautiful day. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Little you two for introducing Arva. All right, nice sound effect there, Wayne. Arva, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on. Let's jump right in. Tell us, Wayne started off by telling us a bit about you, but tell us more about yourself.
Oh, I'm one of those typical Asians that grew up in a household, but actually, like we were talking about, when I grew up, this is many, many decades ago, in the Bay Area, it was mostly Caucasian, and so I was one of the minorities in that.
That is, we were talking about that. That is still stunning to me. Obviously, I did not grow up here. Wayne did not grow up here, but it is the opposite of that right now.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Alabama, and when I got here, I thought I was like in some part of Asia because it was completely opposite, and all of a sudden I was in the majority for sure, like without a doubt, in many restaurants,
Right.
places that
So you grew up here, and then you eventually ended up in Alaska, I guess.
Yes. So I ended up going to medical school in North Carolina. Then I ended up in going to my residency in Stanford. And then after that, my first job was in Barrow, Alaska, which is on the Arctic Ocean.
So you went from Stanford to a first job in Alaska.
So what happened when you got that offer?
On the Arctic Ocean in a village of 4,000.
What? So when you got that offer from Stanford, were you like, wait a minute, should I take this offer? That seems insane.
Yeah, I mean, first off, you're a Stanford grad, so I'm guessing you had lots of offers for jobs. Why would you pick this one? To be sent out on Alaska?
I guess that's what sets me, I guess, apart from other typical Asians, maybe. But in general, I'm maybe different in that way. But when we were talking about minorities, it was in Barrow that I figured out that I felt like a majority because they're mostly native, and so just seeing other Asian, looking people was very, it felt more secure in general. But
how funny! So Inuits. You're talking about when you say native, you're talking about Inuits in Alaska.
Yes. Yeah,
and they look fairly Asian.
Oh my goodness, they look like my grandparents, the elders.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I felt totally at home, and it was such a welcoming, and the community was awesome. And I did not expect that at all. So here I was, I was in my late 20s, early 30s, going into my first job, and it was the first time I felt like I was accepted.
That's so opposite. So you came from Bay Area where you felt like it was too white, and then you went to a place where there's a lot of Alaskan natives, and you're like, I'm at home. So they don't speak Chinese though; they just look like you.
Right,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
And that was comforting already. So
Very much so.
That is funny though, that people just like feel more comfortable around people that look like them, not even actually have the same culture or whatever, just that you look like them. That's interesting.
Yeah, the way they interact with other people was similar to Asians, at least for Chinese, a little bit for me, quiet, contained. They're not like really outgoing and loud or anything like that. Yeah, that was I enjoyed
mean,
that.
do you speak Chinese?
I speak Mandarin, but at a very elementary level,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
So I'm even worse than that. But yeah, so then I assume, the language isn't even a big part of it. It was more the mannerisms and the culture of being a little bit
And
more.
they don't consider, I think I looked this up, they don't consider the Inuits to be part of the API, whatever, what was that? That's not a race, but the API, the API words, the AAPI, right? Asian American Pacific Islander is not in Inuits?
I have no idea. I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't think so.
supposedly there might have been a migration when across the Bering Sea when there was still land there, called Moringa, and so from Asia to
Yeah.
North America.
They probably came from there, yeah. But I think when they do like the Stop Appy Hate and all those like Appy things, they don't consider Inuits as part of it.
Oh, yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that term before, Abby, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really,
So,
really out of
Well, you're in
so
Alaska. It's
exactly. Well,
excusable.
tell us more about the whole Alaska thing. Like, is it like
Yeah.
how does it different? Because you come to mainland. Do you call it mainland? You come down here pretty often. What are the
yes.
differences between Alaska and here?
I mean, we're closer to nature, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
That's
not
why I
as
played the intro was Beautiful Day because that makes me think of Alaska, that it's
oh,
just
okay.
Nice.
it's all
It's
beautiful nature.
appropriate.
And then also it's kind of rocking and you're a rocker. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
so it is very nature, right? I've never been there, but it's on my list
yeah.
to see.
So I had a bunch of friends from my college years come up this summer and visit, and they were just floored by the beauty around, and um, yeah, it's so my daily life is very different from I have horses too, so it's very different
Wow.
from other people, and I'm
I mean,
outside.
are people dog sledding down the road or
No, no, no,
um
no, no. But a lot
okay.
of people do have dog teams. Yeah,
Okay, people have dog teams. I
we
mean,
do
your
have a
horses, I guess, can
yeah,
endure that kind of weather.
and we used to have reindeer.
Reindeer.
You used to, but no longer.
Yeah,
Was it
we
not?
had 14 reindeer, and 5 years ago, um, we ended up selling them, but we did have them for a while, and
Oh, by we you
That's
mean you guys?
crazy.
yes,
Okay, I thought you meant
they weren't
Alaska.
really pets. They were there for a purpose, and yeah, Kenji wanted to
But
try to
like
find them to pull.
describe
Really?
I mean, your property then to have 14 reindeer or
Yeah,
now you have horses. Like, I
Yeah,
like a
mean, you must
farm.
have a massive acreage or
so
something,
we
right?
do have a farm away from our regular house, and it's 120 acres.
120 acres. Oh my
So
God.
that and it's
It's like the
not an
size of a
igloo.
city.
It's not an igloo, right?
No,
These are
no. And when
normal.
120 acres is mostly wildland, so it's not what you picture, It's
Holy cow. So I mean, do you even know what's on there? I mean, that's so humongous.
Yeah,
Like,
there could
oh,
be
of
anything.
course, of course, yeah.
120.
that's crazy. Wait, okay, wait. So you went to school or no, your first job is at Barrow, but you're not in Barrow now. Are you,
I'm in
what,
Fairbanks. Yeah.
you're in Fairfax. And so Juneau what are the other cities there? Like, what's the sizes
So
of all the
Fairbanks
cities?
is interior Alaska, and then south of us would be Juneau and Anchorage, and
Okay.
yeah, those
And
are
so Anchorage is the big one, right? Is that the
exactly.
capital?
No, Juneau's the capital.
Juneau's the capital, but
Yeah,
Anchorage is the bigger city.
exactly. And
Okay.
Okay.
Juneau, yeah.
And do you ever
And
meet your neighbors? I mean, are your neighbors literally
Oh yeah.
miles and
No, 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 no. So we don't live on the farm right now.
oh,
Yeah, we live in a regular house.
oh, in
Our
a normal
our
neighborhood or something?
property, most properties around here are at least 2 acres, and that's just the
Okay.
norm. And so our next door neighbors just it's really a stone throw away. It's not
Okay.
that.
So you can still
stones,
go trick or treating or something.
but a stone's throw is like an acre over
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, I couldn't even throw that far, honestly. You need more of a slingshot away or
Yeah.
something.
our kids they did suffer through a few winters where it was really cold during Halloween,
I
but
was gonna say, is it cold during Halloween? Like, are they all bundled up in their jackets during Halloween already?
oh yeah, yeah. So even though they were really excited about their costume, nobody could see it. They're all bundled
Oh
up.
my gosh.
Oh
That
man,
is sad. You're
Yeah, it's
right.
so sad.
I didn't think about that. That's crazy. So how cold does it actually get? So it sounds like so by the time it gets to the end of October, it's already pretty cold. So is there a summer that's pretty normal and then it suddenly gets super cold?
Yeah, so there might be a few weeks, 2 to 4 weeks of -20-degree weather,
Minus
and
20.
then
-20.
there
That
could be a few days of -30. It used to get down to -40, but with the warming, it
Oh my
hasn't
God.
been that
isn't it
hot.
-40? You walk outside and if you're have exposed skin, it's almost like painful or
Frostbite.
getting damaged or frostbite at that
Oh yeah,
-40.
yeah. If there's any kind of wind, forget it. You need to have a ruff or something to protect yourself, or
Complete coverage, right?
right, yeah. So one of the
Wow.
fun
That is
things
not
that my
safe
husband
at
would do,
all.
yeah, he would take hot water, like coffee or hot anything, and you throw it up in the air in -40, it all crystallizes.
I think I saw some
Before
Instagram
it hits
videos
the
of that.
ground.
Wasn't that like a
Oh,
Oh
meme
yeah,
or something? That's crazy.
it's pretty awesome.
That's pretty
that would
awesome.
be
Yeah,
kind
I
of cool to
guess.
do. I would
I
like to
guess it's
see
awesome.
that.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
also sounds pretty uncomfortable in the wintertime.
but yeah,
So
especially
then
if
what about
you're.
the summer? Like how warm could it possibly get in the summer?
Oh, it can get up into the 90s. That's way too hot.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
So
I
just
didn't know that.
beautiful.
For Fairbanks, yes. So for the interior, yeah, we have very nice weather. Typically, the weather in Fairbanks would be in the 68 to 82
That's
in
nice.
December.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's like
very
a nice, oh, so that's a huge extreme then. I just assumed it was always cold up there, but
no.
that's interesting.
Do
And
you
so
only
what
get
about the
1 or 2
whole,
months though of the
yeah.
summer, or is it at least the full 3 months?
Yeah, it's 3 months of warmer weather. Yeah.
Do you
And what
have
about the
And
whole,
the biggest difference is you get sunlight, right?
that's what I was gonna say. What about the whole
right,
sunlight thing? Because isn't there times when like you basically don't even have a day because you're
right?
so
I've
far,
heard
like how does
that.
that stuff work?
In Barrow, it was you barely saw, you didn't even see the sunrise, but you saw just a glimmer of it at the horizon, and that would be for 3 months. That's all you saw.
So
But
in the winter
but here
time, you barely see sun.
In Fairbanks, we get 3.5 hours of some sun.
So in the winter time, you only get 3.5 hours of sun.
That would depress
Yeah.
me, I think. It would be very like
That's
hard, I
crazy. So,
think.
and so everybody's just used to you
Yes.
turn on your lights at like noon because it's dark.
So if you don't get outside, you'll get cabin fever. And
Yeah, I
I'm
would see that.
sure.
so you need to be outside and enjoying
The
it.
three hours that you have.
The
Yeah,
3 hours of minus 40 degrees
no,
cold.
But get out there.
if you're dressed appropriately, it really is not that bad.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So because you always hear those stories about if you don't get enough sunlight, your mind or whatever gets depressed because you need the vitamin D or
Right.
whatever. So that plus the cold, so you still decide to stay there
Oh
after
yeah.
Barrow.
Free
Uh,
cho
Wow.
on your own will, right? You're not a hostage or anything.
no, and raised two kids here. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so
Wow.
it's I mean, we've been here for what 30 years. It's
Wow.
been
You've
a
been there
long
for 30
time.
years. So you went from Barrow to Fairbanks.
Yeah, Barrow down to Fairbanks. Most people go north to Fairbanks. We went south to Fairbanks, and then I had a medical practice here, and then recently retired in April.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a good time to talk a little bit about what your medical practice actually is. What is your specialty, Arva?
So
Yeah.
so I did my residency at Stanford in internal medicine, and then went up to. But because I was going to Barrow, Stanford was really great in getting me ready with. They let me do pediatric OBGYN residency rotations. And so I was ready to deliver babies and do, basic
Oh,
trauma
cool.
and yeah, set fractures and all this other stuff, in addition to, internal medicine type stuff.
So is that because there weren't that many of those kinds of doctors there, or like because now
In
you're
Barrow,
in
there were only six of us, and we were 24/7. So,
6 doctors overall in the entire village?
Wow.
right, and you had to take care of snow machine accidents, your traumas. Luckily, yeah, I had to deliver babies, and luckily that was okay.
So
All the
only 6 of you guys. Does that mean like there's no ER? Like you guys are the ER? If something
Yeah,
happens?
24/7, I suppose, right?
So,
Anything.
the, if you think about covering it, one person has to be on call, at night. And
Yeah.
so we would have every third night basically on call. And then there's always going to be somebody backing you up. So somebody would have a radio all the time in case you needed backup.
That's crazy.
And
So
then,
what
and then
happens?
during the day, we would
Wow.
have regular clinic, right? And
Yeah.
What is the craziest thing that would have happened in Alaska? Would it be like a bear attack or like like a
That's
snow
true.
machine or what?
So much
Like
yeah, well,
wildlife
what
out
have you
there.
seen?
yeah, luckily, in Barrow though, if you had a bear attack, a polar bear, you probably wouldn't make it. So there's nothing to do there. But
Oh,
we didn't
Oh,
have any of those. Luckily, people were
smart enough to stay
smart
away.
enough, safe enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think with alcohol and snow machines and things like that, the trauma was pretty hefty.
Dang,
yikes!
somebody just get
Wow.
caught under a snow machine
Like
or
Jeremy
something?
Jeremy Renner, didn't Jeremy Renner get one of those?
Snow machines like hitting light posts and things like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
Okay, so that was the early part of Barrow, but then eventually you moved on into being a colonoscopist. What do you call it?
yeah.
I would just
How do
call
you
it a
say
butt
that
doctor.
word? Colonoscopy
well,
expert is what I say.
actually, we call ourselves endoscopists, people who do
There you go.
endoscopy, which is usually considered doing an upper endoscopy going down into the stomach with a fiber optic scope, and then
Oh,
the
from
other
the
one
mouth.
would be the colonoscopy
Oh,
going up using a longer fiber optic scope.
Wow. So wait, so you must have been trained on that then after you got to Alaska? You got like a different.
Actually, I got some training at Stanford, and then had more training in Anchorage because that's what I did in Barrow. And
Oh, so you did do the colonoscopies in Barrow.
We did at that in Barrow. We did flexible sigmoidoscopies, which only go maybe about a third of the way up the colon,
Okay.
as opposed to, because when we didn't have any anesthetists or anything like that, so we were just doing those.
Ooh,
Wow.
dang. Yeah. So
Without anesthesia.
a
Okay.
third, even without anesthesia, it sounds very uncomfortable. Like I can see why you can't make it up to the half or yeah.
That's funny. Wow.
That,
So back when I was in medical school, people didn't do routine colonoscopies. I mean, that's
Mm.
fairly recent,
Mm.
and
oh.
routine flexible sigmoidoscopies
So
were
what do
the
you think about it being regular? I mean, because I had one and I did not really love it. So
I've
I
had
would
many.
prefer that they're not regularly required or whatnot.
yeah.
Hansel loves his every year or whatever. So, got that
Well,
down.
1 out of 20 Americans ends up usually with colon cancer, so it's a huge,
One out of
Yeah.
20.
very, very common cancer. And now, under the age of for people under the age of 50, it's almost considered number one. It can be the number one cancer killer in men and number two in women, because
Wow.
the
Dang.
risk of
I did not
colon
know
cancer
that.
in the younger age group is rising for some reason.
So
And
Wayne and I were actually talking about this just last week. How and I think you told me this a while ago, Arva. So there's the colonoscopy, but there's also the thing the poop on a stick thing, and then you send it in. So
Right,
here
right.
Kaiser does that. Our insurance
We
does it.
both
They
poop
just
on
say
a
poop on the
stick, just to
stick
let you
and
know.
send it in. But I think you told me, Arva, that that's only like semi-effective. Like what
well,
is the
those
differences?
those are so there's you poop in a bucket type of canister is Cologuard, and then the other one is using a stick and then putting it on a card and sending that in.
Yeah.
That's the one we get. Yeah.
The non-invasive techniques. So those are to help detect colon cancer, right? So which is different in that the colonoscopy can not only detect colon cancer but also prevent it because you can take out those precancerous
Oh, those
polyps.
polyps. Yeah. When I did
Mm.
have mine, it was like, I don't know, they were like found 2 or 3 polyps and removed them.
So then when you're
So
50, are you still supposed to do a colonoscopy either way or just the colon?
Actually, the age is 45.
It's 45 now. Okay.
Yes, the
wow.
Okay.
screening age is now 45. It's
But
just crazy how
yeah.
many people, when a couple of years ago when that became routine, 45, and we had people from 45 to 50 of years of age come in, it was amazing the amount of
Hmm.
pathology we found.
Wow. So at that age, it's colonoscopy. It's no longer like don't do the poop on the stick anymore or the
Right.
bucket thing. So it's only colon. So if our insurance is telling us to only poop on the stick, then that's not a good idea. We should set up a colonoscopy. Is that the deal?
If you've had, pathology that's shown adenomatous polyps or precancerous type of polyps, the recommendation is to do a colonoscopy. If you have a family history of colon cancer, that's also recommended.
Yeah.
Colonoscopy, Crohn's disease, inflammatory bowel disease, all those things you should have a colonoscopy.
If
Yeah.
I have a
Wow.
pretty clean bill of health though and no history, do you think then the I guess non-invasive way is somewhat okay?
In order, any kind of testing is better than no testing. So,
That makes
if
sense.
you're not
So
going
at
to
least it's better than
any
nothing, sort of
exactly,
thing. Yeah.
exactly. If you have any risk factors, though, or especially if you have any, changes in bowel habits, if, somebody has either always runny or loose stools,
Mhm.
or the opposite or whatever, they really should be, or if they have blood or anemia, any of
Yeah.
those things, they really should be having a
Wow.
colonoscopy.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you were telling me, Arva, that like you do a bunch of these like per day, right? Like when you were working, it was like 4 or 5 of them a day or something like that.
Yeah, in my little clinic, we would, do, five, at least five, six, try to get them done.
Would you yourself do
But
that many? That seems like a lot of butts.
Yeah, that's a
that's
lot of
not,
buttons.
no, it's,
I'm sorry, we
no,
have to laugh at that. It's just childish.
Yeah, it's not funny, Wayne. Come
I'm
on.
forced to laugh at that. I can't help myself, so I had to take a
no,
pause.
it's fine. In fact, some people, this is rare, but some people will have a good sense of humor and they either paint me a message, down there, and
Oh my God, that's awesome.
yes,
That's
They post you a
hilarious.
message like, please be careful, with my
Wait,
cheeks
so
no,
or
the,
something.
no.
Or
Like, and
what
then,
kind of
or some hearts, and then some people will, actually, there's been a lot of funny things that I've seen.
That's
Wait, so
hilarious.
do you
Like,
actually
I'll
know these people, or is it they're all
No,
strangers?
some people I don't
the
know.
patient.
Yeah, and they just kind of wink and smile. I've got a message down there for you.
That's awesome, though. That's very
You
creative because
people.
I'm just
Yeah,
like so already scared. Like I can't even think about doing something funny like that. But I gotta give it to them. That is brilliant.
it changes the whole dynamic of that procedure, right? Because you're starting out laughing.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. That's too
That's too
funny.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean,
I'm
I know
gonna
the
on
worst
my
part.
next one. I'm gonna put call me and put my phone number down there.
If you like my butt, call me.
Yeah, if it's a female doctor, if you like my butt, yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, there you go. Call. Here's my number.
Yeah, before we start.
Before we
Yeah.
start, check out my butt. Check them out.
That's awesome. All right, so one more question about colonoscopy. So we know the worst part of it is basically the prep, right? You got to drink like a gallon of whatever
Yeah.
to get the stuff clean. Is there any way around that, or are they coming up with something to get around that?
No, I wish I could say they are, but no. Yeah, that
Really?
is the most important part, and the only way to get most of this stuff out so we can see
Just to
is
poop it out.
salty solution to get it out. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Man,
a
there'll be
gallon
so
of it.
much
Ooh.
though. It's so much drinking. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, after
Well,
the
I guess,
first
yeah.
few, you can do it, and then after a while, you start looking at that glass, like, oh
That's
man,
exactly how it feels.
yeah.
So
funny.
there are pills that people can take, and also there's preps that involve half of the amount to drink.
Okay,
And
maybe.
those are FDA approved and people use them, but if you're in any kind of HMO, probably they're sticking to the gallon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
Yeah,
make
I think that's
sense.
the biggest sticking point, right? I think people like us, like the reason we don't do it is that whole prep. If it wasn't for that prep, if it was somehow not less
True.
invasive, I'd
Yeah.
go a lot more often.
Because the day of, I mean, they knock you out and you wake up and
Yeah.
it's not that bad. But the prep is the more difficult part of the whole
Yeah.
procedure.
that's the
Yeah.
most important part because
Yeah.
realistically, if you can't see, you're not doing anybody
Yeah.
any favors.
Yeah, so that makes
So
sense.
you're retired from that now, and you're basically playing in a rock band.
Yeah.
That's not like the
That's
last
not
thing I
that's
would have
not
thought you would have.
everything that I do, but that's one of the
Okay.
things. Yeah, my hobbies include music and horses. So
That's cool. But so now that wasn't your upbringing, all right? You had a more of the typical mom that sat down next to you and made you play piano, and you turned piano into a rock band keyboard.
Yeah.
so that's been a huge change for me. So when usually if you're classically trained, you're trained with reading sheet music in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes
And,
sense.
and then so now, I'm in a rock band. There's no sheet music, of course. You're lucky if you get chords. So
Yeah.
so a lot of it's by ear and
Mm.
switching my brain from reading music into just listening and playing by ear it's been freeing and liberating. I mean, it's been great.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's see. So tell us about the family side of it. So you're Chinese and you are married to a Japanese person. Do you guys have any kind of this helicopter? Like, is it an Asian helicopter style with your kids? How do you treat your kids? Like, do you make
Oh,
them like do the piano yourself? Get them
Yeah, or
good grades, all
Chinese
that
school
stuff?
or Japanese school on
Japanese school.
Saturdays or
Yeah,
whatnot.
what's the mix?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
what's the language?
I guess they were kind of maybe lucky they weren't tortured in that way, but
Yeah.
there's no Asian schools on Saturdays here.
Oh,
In
Yeah.
Alaska, I
Yeah.
guess.
so does that mean you had to do it? So
They
how
grew up
helicoptering?
as kind of a minority, but they didn't feel ostracized or anything like that. But the I don't think we were helicopter or tiger parents at all.
Oh, you weren't
Okay.
forcing straight A's and
Do they
and like SAT prep, they got to
do they
score.
and then do they speak any language? Do they speak the Chinese or the
No,
Or the
Japanese?
unfortunately,
Japanese?
they don't. No,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
they don't.
So
And
very Americanized or
Yeah.
Alaskanized, I
yeah,
guess.
and
Yeah.
because my upbringing was pretty straightforward Asian, and try to be successful and all that, and
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole rat
yeah,
race, try to,
yeah.
well, but you kind
I
of
try to
were.
steer away from that and try to let them find their own way.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Because your
That is
generation,
great.
let's see. So you were the doctor of the family. You have a brother who's an entrepreneur, I guess, a business guy. You got one who's a pilot, I guess,
Yeah.
and then the other
Whoa.
one is also an entrepreneur. So I guess you didn't have the standard, engineer and lawyer, but yourself, you were the doctor. You're the only
Yeah,
Asian
you at least
Asian
check the
occupation.
box. Check one box.
Well, yeah, and I was the only one that my mom made to play any music,
Oh, really?
instruments. She didn't
That's
require
odd.
that of my brothers, and so I thought that was so unfair.
That is
Wow,
unfair,
weird. Wait, are
honestly.
Yeah,
you're
totally unfair.
you're the
What?
oldest, right? You're the oldest, right? Is that why?
Well, I'm the oldest and I'm the only girl, and I had to write in a journal every day too. It's like, what?
Oh, well, maybe
Oh,
you
really?
broke. You know how the first child always does get the brunt and then
That's true.
kind of softens the parents. So maybe
Yeah,
you did such a good
I think my
job for your
parents got tired
siblings.
after me. Yeah.
Yeah.
You wore them out.
Yeah. I mean, after sitting next to you a half hour every day, she was probably exhausted. And then on the next ones, it was like, you know what? If you don't want to play, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap
All
up this part of
right.
the podcast by having you tell us about something you do that other people probably have not done. Something you have done that other people probably have not done.
On my way up to Barrow, I bought a snow machine and a 12 gauge shotgun before I even got up there. So
Shotgun.
most people
What?
didn't do that before going to their first employment place.
Holy cow! From the Bay Area, which is pretty progressive here, I guess. You're like, I'm gonna buy a shotgun to go out to Australia. So,
Yeah.
so why
And
would you
then,
do that for Alaska? Like the
well,
bears?
because I did want to get out on the sea ice, and I did want to see polar bears
Wow.
and experience nature up there. And you have to get
Wow.
around in that way. I didn't have a dog team, and of course, that's not something that I had time for. So when you go out to view wildlife or just to get out on the ice, you better be prepared with a 3-inch slug and a 12 gauge shotgun. But
What the
even
hell?
then,
Have you ever used it?
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
I
What
mean,
did you
no, no,
shoot?
not on a
Did you
bear.
kill
No,
something?
sorry, no, not on a bear. Just
Oh, just
target
shooting
Try
target
practice. Okay.
practice.
just to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
But still,
yeah.
that's pretty badass just to be able to handle
Yeah.
that type of
Yeah.
artillery. I
And
mean,
with
Have
that
you ever been?
slug, this got a pretty good, recoil there on the shoulder.
Wow.
yeah, I'm
And
sure.
have you ever been like part almost attacked by a bear or anything?
No, but we did go out really close to a bear and its cub. And if you ever do that, which most people haven't done on a snow machine, you need to go up and not go too close. Turn your snow machine around before you idle and don't turn it off before you idle. And then because
Just in
you need to
case.
be able to escape, those things can really run quick.
I
Yeah.
bet.
You do not want to be facing them when you're viewing them.
What would
No,
make you want to go up close to a bear?
that's
I feel
true.
like,
Good question.
They're like anything, they're just such beautiful animals.
oh man, that's
They're
Yeah.
I would if I saw a shark, I'm going the other way. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna go try to look
exactly.
at it
Or a bear. I mean, I'll look at it from a distance, maybe
Yeah, we
binoculars.
are. I mean,
behind
we
glass.
still had our binoculars. We could see
Okay.
it better. Yeah, to look up close with binoculars and things like that. But like anything, it's just beautiful to witness wildlife in their natural habitat.
Wow, that's scary, but I guess you got to do it when you see something so unique in the nature like that. All right, cool, Wayne. Now's the time to hit
All
that bell.
right, all right.
And we are going to move to the next section called the Haru quiz.
Oh,
The How Asian Are You
Yeah.
quiz. We're going to give you some
I'm
Asian
gonna
questions.
fail. I'm not very Asian.
And let's see how
Yeah,
Asian
that's
you are.
true.
Maybe you will
Yeah.
fail, but it's okay if you are not Asian. All right, the first question has to do with Alaska because I had to come up with something with Alaska. Let's see if we can figure this out. All right, Alaska apparently has around 8 to 9% Asians. All right, so that's Alaska's Asian percentage. Which of these states has a higher percentage and which has a lower percentage between Nevada and Washington, D.C. compared to Alaska? Which is higher and which is lower?
Washington, D.C. would be higher, and then Nevada would be lower.
You would think. It's a trick
But
question.
no.
That's actually not true.
That's
Nevada is
amazing.
actually higher in Asian percentage. Can you
What?
believe that? And DC actually is lower? That was
No,
a total trick question.
that's
Yeah,
That's what the internet
that's hard
says.
to believe.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna
I lived in
give her
DC,
the,
and there's so many Asians there.
gonna give her the credit.
Just because it
That
was
was a
a
trick
terrible
question.
question. It was
It
a
was a
terrible
trick.
question.
It was a very trick question.
It's interesting trivia though. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess Las Vegas maybe
I would not.
is why.
Maybe Las Vegas if it's just right in there because I mean I know whenever you go into those casinos, most of the workers are
Asians like to gamble.
Asian,
That's true. Yeah.
and Asians like to gamble.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
That was
DC,
purposely meant to trick you.
yeah.
All
that
right.
is-
Number 2 is not about Alaska. It is about Taiwan. Which one of these foods were actually? This is actually also a very hard question, by the way. But I put it in here because it's a good. It's good
You're a
trivia.
Stanford grad, and you
It's
know.
good trivia,
so there we go.
Which one of these foods were invented in Taiwan? And keep in mind, this is a trick question. Which one were invented in Taiwan? Is it stinky tofu? Is it instant ramen? Or is it xiaolongbao? And the clue is,
Oh,
again,
dang.
it is a trick question.
Wow. Um,
I guess
Maybe
then it would be the one that's
instant
less.
ramen.
Instant ramen is correct.
Yeah.
It is actually, that is the one invented in Taiwan. Because stinky tofu apparently is China.
That's
Xiaolongbao
oh.
is China. So instant ramen, this dude named Momofuku Ando, who sounds Japanese,
Yeah.
actually was born in Taiwan, and he actually invented the packaged instant ramen. He started that company Nissin. Do you guys remember that company?
Yeah,
They do
listen.
they do the cup of noodles. So that
Yeah.
guy was Taiwanese.
They're huge. He was Taiwanese.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I think
Xiaolongbao, yeah, I mean, those are known. Like when you go to Taiwan, everybody's like, you got to
yeah.
eat
So is stinky
Ding
tofu,
Tai
right?
Fung and sneaky tofu. Like when you go to Beijing, people aren't saying you got to eat those things. But
Hey man, the internet is always right. What can I tell you?
the internet is always right, though. Everything on there is true.
Tough
So,
questions for sure.
Tough
these are
questions.
tough questions.
These are probably the hardest ones I've ever gotten.
I think so. These are like level
Okay.
14.
Okay, this last one might be level 15. Let's see. This last one you might be able to
Gets
just
even
sort of figure
harder.
out. Yeah, it gets harder and harder. What? Okay.
In the 5th century.
Yeah. What's the name of the dynasty? Okay, so what is the largest city in China by population? There's only so many guesses that you can have here.
Well, that's true on this.
Largest city in China by population.
There's probably 2 that comes to mind for me.
That's right. It is one of those two that come to mind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
50-50.
Maybe Beijing.
It is not Beijing, it's the other one, which is
Oh, Shanghai. Right?
it is Shanghai.
Oh,
There we go.
I'm giving some really hard ones. I thought it was Beijing too, but I guess it's
would
like
think.
Anchorage. It's not the biggest. It's just the capital. It's not the biggest one.
So it's like Juneau versus Anchorage. There you go.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And actually, as an interesting side trivia, Chongqing apparently is even bigger if you count the whole administrative region. So have you heard of Chongqing?
I just thought you were being racist. Seriously. I was like, stop calling me that. Get that
Chongqing is a real
terminology out of
city.
here. Stop the Asian hate, Hansel.
It's like 13 times bigger than Shanghai apparently. So FYI, Chongqing is also
Oh,
quite
gee.
large.
Okay.
Wayne's like, I've never heard of
Because
Chongqing.
if you reverse that, it's definitely a racist term.
Ching Chong.
Yeah.
I will
I
reverse it
mean,
for you.
So it's just kind of like being
All right,
reversed.
3 of the hardest questions for our Stanford medicine person. That was
Yeah.
appropriate.
That sounded
All right,
appropriate.
Arva, let's wrap up this podcast with your life tip for the audience.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Um, I think people. I try to do this. I try to enjoy the journey of my life. You know, and not the destination. We're all going to end up in the same place, either
That's true.
600
Like
pound
that.
or in a urn or something like that. But and there's so much, especially I think with Asians, sometimes a lot of pressure.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
people have to earn more, do more. You know, enough is enough. I think just be yourself. So I think a lot of times we forget that we're called human beings instead of human doings, or you know, we're always doing
Huh.
and we're being.
Yeah.
So I like to think about being more and being present more and being
I love
enough
that. I love
and
that.
and
you're
enjoying
right.
the journey wherever you are, you know.
Yeah,
We're
I
all
love the
we
tips
have the
that.
same destination, everybody.
Yeah.
So you might as well enjoy your journey if
I
you
love
can.
tying it to our phrase, human beings, like
Yeah.
being, rather than just always trying to
Yeah,
doing. Yeah.
just do. But I think Asians are, or I'm sorry, maybe I'm stereotyping, but we have that pressure of doing more and more and more and more.
Yeah, it's a true stereotype.
It's a true stereotype. The stereotype fits
And I
99% of the
think
time. So
really,
there you go.
we're enough. We're enough. We just need to chill.
Cool. Well, thanks, Arva. This has been an awesome conversation. Congrats on all your success. Congrats on being retired and
Yeah.
rocking into the thing.
Oh, thank you.
We are sponsored by none other than the Coder School, a company that teaches kids how to code with over 70 locations all around the country. So if you're interested in getting your kids to code, head online and check us out. Learn to code, change the world. Thanks for listening.